You join me on a fine day here in South Africa. Sun is shining, it's a beautiful afternoon. Well, today we're reviewing something small, nimble, and cheeky if you ask me. Well, here it is right here. Let me not keep you guessing. Let's lift the cover and see what we've got. Yep, Mini, Cooper S that is. S for super fast. Welcome to Cliff on Cars. I'm Cliff. The Mini is the perfect robot-to-robot assault weapon. It's light, it's nimble, and it's quick off the pace. Give you an example. Now we're standing at the robot. We're in sport mode. We got the gear shift into gear number 1, and we're gonna roll the gears ourselves. So you shift the gear stick to the extreme left, and then you're in the manual mode. Okay, so the robot is about to open for us. Here we go. Yep. It's such a sweet spot. So here we are sitting in the cockpit of the Mini. I've got my Mini cap on. I bought it at BMW when I went to buy spares for the BMW, for the Mini, sorry, at BMW. So now, as I said, we're in the cockpit of the Mini. First thing that struck me about this car was how well laid out the dashboard is. It's not a small dashboard because the car's a small car. You're thinking of a tiny dashboard, but it's got a great sized dashboard. It's a low dashboard, doesn't obstruct your view from the road, and the buttons are very well laid out. And some of the buttons, they've used toggle switches down here and at the top here for the panoramic roof and the interior lights, and it gives good character and lends great character to the car. You do pick up very quickly that some of the buttons are from BMW, especially the radio. Of course, the cluster illuminates in that BMW orange. But you soon forget about that because the Mini does win you over. It's a lovely car to be in. The atmosphere in here is wonderful. Big panoramic roof, great visibility out of these windows. Grade 180. The B post is not in your way, it's actually behind you, so you get great visibility on the sides. Quick shifting gearbox, great exhaust when you put it onto sport mode, and really it is a charm, this car. It wins you over. Now, I'd not meant to buy a Mini when I bought this Mini. I wanted to buy a VW Beetle. However, there was something a bit ish about that Beetle, and I ended up not buying it. As I was walking away, I saw this Mini and I took it, and it was a great choice I made, because it's about 2 months I've had this Mini now, and I've been driving it up and down. I've driven it province to province. I've crossed 2 provinces with it and back. I got it at 101,000 kilometers. It's now at 109,000 kilometers. So in just shy of 2 months, I've really covered a lot of ground on this car. And I've got to tell you that I was worried about driving the Mini long distance, but Mini proved me wrong. It's a great car to drive long distance. However, limitations on long distance driving on the Mini. Fuel tank, a bit small. If you drive the car up in the revs and you put it in sport mode, it does go through the fuel. It guzzles the fuel. If you put the car onto eco mode, it's a bit too laggish, does not give you enough power and enough response. Put the car on normal mode and cruise control. Once you get up to the flat roads and put it on cruise control to 120 kph, you get good fuel consumption. Having been said, this car loves to be driven fast, loves to be chucked into the corners. It's a thrill. When you put it in sports mode, you shift the gear lever to the extreme left and you change the gears yourself. It would have been great if it had paddle shifts, but this one does not have paddle shifts. Now, on the sport mode, it actually gives you a picture of the Mini with a go-kart in the center of it. So I think you can track this car actually. I'm driving this car slow. When you're driving the car slow, you don't get much road noise. It's very lovely in here. It's not that noise. Once you pick up pace, the Mini does get loud inside. It is expected. It's a very small car. You know, how much sound deadening can you put into a small car? So you have to live with that. So it's not something which I would crucify the Mini on, purely based on its size. Steering wheel. The steering wheel of the Mini is quite great. Not too thick, not too thin. Just the right size. And the feel of it is nice and comfy. And it's got good grip points as well on the 10 o'clock and the 1 o'clock. So I really do enjoy the steering wheel a lot. Brakes on the Mini are good for the size of the car. It does have good stopping power. Acceleration on this car is phenomenal. This Mini is a thrill, I've got to tell you. If you were to ask me right now, what is the perfect hot hatch, I would say a Mini. I was not expecting this car to win me over as it did. I really was not. The last time I had so much fun in a hot hatch was when I owned a Mark II Golf 16 valve. That was the last time, until I jumped into this car. This car will win your heart over. It's the perfect size. I mean, it's the size of a Golf 1, practically, Mark I Golf, with a lot of power. So I think people need to spend more time, young people need to spend more time trying to get into the Mini brand, especially the Cooper S, because it's got a following in South Africa, but it's not a cult. And I think by now it should have become a cult. Seats are very comfy. We've got bucket seats in the front with good lumbar support. You've got side support, and we've got foot extension here, extenders for support. And obviously we know that that's BMW style. They always have the extension on the front of the seat, and it really helps on the long distances. It keeps you very comfortable and keeps your feet very nicely supported. I really like that. I've got a great armrest here on my left, and it's just at the right height. When I've got my left arm on the left armrest, the center console armrest, and I have it on my door armrest, I'm just balanced. I feel like I'm sitting in a T3 2.6 Caravelle with its armrest. That's got that all Range Rover, and it's fantastic. So I'm giving the Mini a lot of praise. Okay, it was difficult for me to find a lot of downsides to this Mini. We're gonna clap a U-turn here because I've come to the end of the tar road. it becomes gravel, and the Mini is very, very clean. We did not want to get it dirty because it's going to get sold. Yes, I said it. The Mini is going to get sold. It is going away, and my time with it is coming to an end. Do excuse the light coming into my face. The sun is setting. The beautiful African sun is setting. It's a beautiful sunset. Yeah, so the Mini is going away, and that's why we keep it clean. Now back to faults. Difficult to find faults because when I drove the Mini from my province in Mpumalanga, crossed the Gauteng province all the way into the Northwest province to attend a funeral at the border of Botswana in a little village called Motswedi. I went there for a family funeral from one of the mothers in our family, God rest her soul, and we drove that far, my wife, my daughter and I, and with our luggage in this Mini. We drove there comfortably, we came back comfortably. So the Mini can carry people, it can carry 4 people comfortably inside. It's quite big. So in the back you can sit teenagers. My daughter is 16 years old. She was sitting in the back comfortably. She was sitting straight behind me. She was not even slanted. And we also took one of her cousins with us when we went back returning from the funeral, and they both sat straight, not slanted, and we had a ball driving back from Northwest to Gauteng, where we dropped her off. So it's difficult to find downsides to the Mini. The one thing which I can really say is a downside is traction. When you put your foot down on the Mini from standstill, it does slide a lot, right? It doesn't slide as much as the Polo GTI. I've got a Polo GTI which I've reviewed on the channel. You will see it. It also slides a lot on takeoff, but the Mini, it slides much more than the Mini. So besides the sliding traction issue, you've got fuel tank. It's very, very small, and really, I can't fault this little car. BMW's done well. It's beautiful inside. It's wonderful inside. Plenty headroom inside for somebody my size. Panoramic sunroof over here. Fit and finish is wonderful. Why don't we see huge numbers of the Minis driving around as we see in Polos? Why aren't people jumping into this car? People really need to take a chance at a Mini, and they'll be surprised. Sound system, fantastic. This is not even a special sound system here. It's not even branded Bose or Harman Kardon or anything, but it's a bang on sound system. Bluetooth, it's got everything. The only thing this car is short of, this specific model, is a navigator. But these days I say, why do you need a navigator on your car? Pay that extra when you've got your cell phone. So you just use Google Maps. So it's perfect, and you're on Bluetooth. You don't need to actually have that addition of a navigator on your sat nav on your car system. I'm gonna miss this car. I'm gonna miss this car a lot. I was not expecting this car to be this capable, and it really, really took the cup. Hey, little Mini. You may be small, but you got a big heart. You got a big heart. So, let me be, and let me enjoy my Mini for the last time.